Happy birthday.
Doris Pelletier has just turned 59. 15 years ago, she never thought that she'd make it this far.
I actually thought I was on my way out when I got really sick. And I got my diagnosis, and I didn't think I would live to see my great-grandchild.
Pelletier is HIV positive, and thanks to advances in treatment, she has lived long enough to become a great-grandmother. But for Pelletier, just being alive isn't enough. She's made it her life's work to advocate for Aboriginal people with HIV/AIDS.
And what actually brought me to activism was looking for services for myself, like health services, health care for women.
Pelletier spent most of her birthday speaking at this conference about Aboriginal women living with HIV/AIDS. Some of the numbers are shocking. Indigenous people make up nearly a quarter of all people living with HIV, about 6 times the national average. And almost half of the Indigenous people living with HIV are women, compared to 20% for other Canadians.
It became evident quite early in my journey with HIV that something needed to be done.
The latest battle for Pelletier is improving how research is conducted with Indigenous people.
If you're doing Aboriginal research, you can't do it without Aboriginal people.
Pelletier isn't the only one who feels like HIV/AIDS research is too often done in a vacuum.
Some studies are done under the perfect conditions, so you have the perfect patient that follows everything, but then you come to the clinic and this is not what's happening. This is not the patient you have in front of you.
Through their respective organizations, the Pokemande and Pelletier are teaming up to conduct a 2-day sharing circle with Indigenous women living with HIV. The purpose is not only to gather medical data, but also to give the women a say in how they can better receive treatment.
How can we better adapt healthcare to Aboriginal women, and how can we improve the prevention? Because maybe the current way is not adapted to the Aboriginal cultures.
I take these. So I take 5 pills a day.
Thanks to activists like Pelletier, HIV/AIDS treatment is now focusing on women almost as much as men. As a result, she's still living a fulfilling life. A life she hopes will combat the stigma some still associate with HIV/AIDS.
It's not about how I got it. It's about how I'm living with it. And because it's something that I'll have for the rest of my life.
The good news for Pelletier and HIV activism is that there's a good chance the rest of her life will last a lot longer than she thought it would 15 years ago. Tom Panario, APTN National News, Montreal.